So on Wednesday at 5 o'clock, we have a special. Now, Stu, you might be asking yourself, a special on who?
Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar.
Yep, we have a special on Ilhan Omar, and I'm sorry, but that will be in your head for the rest of your day, and we'll play it again if you don't sign up for the Blaze right now.
That's your punishment.
That's your punishment. We're going to keep playing this until you sign up to make sure you see the special on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm a bit concerned that Wednesday is a big day in the news. It looks like Robert Mueller is going to be testifying on Wednesday, so we're going to have to probably blow off the special and do what everyone else is going to do.
No, here's a problem. I don't think most people care about what Congress is doing with Robert Mueller.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, is it possibly because Robert Mueller himself said, I wrote a 448-page document outlining every single thing that I know?
And that if you ask me questions, I'm just going to refer you to the document?
Yeah, he made a public statement. Don't ask me to testify because that's my testimony.
Right.
I wrote it down for you.
Right. I think that's why people don't care.
It's not because that doesn't make this Wednesday thing a big spectacle for the Congress.
No.
It's not about making a media circus out of something they say they're taking so seriously.
You are so right. Mm-hmm. You are so right.
I know. I'm sure it's not that at all.
Yeah.
So I'm very concerned about us planning an Ilhan Omar special to understand her very interesting background when it comes to
love.
To immigration.
To taxes. Yeah.
A lot of interesting
Some
stuff
might
there.
say it's a long string of felonies.
There are people who have said some things like that.
Right.
There's not going to be a 448-page report on her.
No.
At least I doubt that.
No.
But, it might deserve it.
Now, here's the thing. One of the reasons that nobody is talking about this in the mainstream media, why do you think, Stu?
They're not talking. Well, it's they just are worried that it could be hurtful to poor Ilhan and her wonderful family.
Her wonderful family.
She's family members with some of them in multiple ways, which is always interesting.
Strangely. So they don't want to talk about it for political reasons, but that's the cynical view. A lot of people say the story just can't be told because it's too complex. But that's where we come in, because that seems to be our strength, taking complex issues and breaking them down. I mean, no one else in the media would ever give you any kind of song like the one we're currently playing.
Ilhan Omar.
There you go. So that's, wow.
That will be in your head all day.
Yes, it will.
And I
welcome.
blame Ilhan Omar.
I do too. Mm-hmm. So AOC was back at it this weekend, and she was very, very strong.
Was she now?
Yes.
She's getting a little overshadowed these days.
I know.
You got Ilhan, because I think it was Josh Hammer who was in.
I'm singing it still. It's bad.
It's still in your head.
Ba-dum-bum.
Josh Hammer from Daily Wire who said, and I don't think he was saying it was his observation, but that Presley is the fourth member of the squad who's essentially Ringo. So Presley's the Ringo, and I feel like you've got certainly Talib is going to be Harrison in my view.
Yeah.
So now you're battling out the top. I feel like, if I may, I feel like AOC is McCartney, and Lennon is Ilhan Omar. Dun 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 dun. And
Ilhan Omar?
Yeah, my thought is because Ilhan Omar seems to have more of a, I don't know, like it's more cultural, perhaps. Like I feel like McCartney comes off as like he's the kind of the pop star. I feel like AOC's the pop star of the group, right? Mm-hmm. Where Lennon is like he had the cultural thing going on.
He was the deeper of the two.
Look, none of them are deep in the squad. But sure. Ilhan Omar she has more of the views that would be outside the mainstream, maybe.
Imagine there is no heaven. Imagine that there's just Muhammad. That kind of song.
Right, and it's a beautiful one.
Right.
Oh, do we need another song now? But I think there is so I would go McCartney as AOC, Lennon is Ilhan Omar, Harrison is Talib, and then unfortunately Presley, who no one knows anything about, that's Ringo. But I think you notice McCartney lately is getting the headlines from Harrison and Lennon, and I think she's starting to feel that a little bit. I feel like AOC needs to make a little push to get back into the front of this group.
Well,
or Wings are coming.
I was going to say she might just break off and start Wings.
It's possible.
Yeah,
she is kind of forming her own wing of the party, but it seems to be so similar to the rest of the wing.